morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to have a little bit of a look at which Pokémon TCG set you should be focused on, because here's the thing, right? We've just seen the release, very recently, of Journey Together. That was a great Pokémon TCG set. Not long before that, we saw the release of Surging Sparks. That was a great Pokémon TCG set. And we are currently building up to the release of Destined Rivals. And that is a great Pokémon TCG set. At least it very much looks like it right now. Which means we need to do that thing that we do, where we sit down and we ask, well, all right then, which one? Which of these sets should we really be focusing on? Which of these sets is most deserving of our money? Which of these sets should we be, well, most engaged with? Cool. So let's go old to new, and let's start off with Surging Sparks. And Surging Sparks has been out for a little bit of a while now, so that means we can actually have a look at this with, I think, a fair degree of certainty. We kind of know the deal when it comes to Surging Sparks at this point. We also know that Surging Sparks is a gosh darned good set. I think is a nice way to put it. Surging Sparks is awesome. Because here's the thing, right? One of the things we're looking for, when we're looking to buy these sets, when we're looking to focus on these sets, we're looking for a big hit. Well, we've got it. We have the special illustration rare of Pikachu. And that is a big hit. Right now, you're talking about a $360-ish card. That is a very, very, very big hit. One of the biggest hits we've got in the Scarlet and Violet era. Okay, cool. If we focus on the hits for a minute, what else have we got? Well, the Latias, which is clearly the best card in the set, let's be clear. That's sitting at about a $200 card. Wonderful artwork by the lovely Okacheke. Also connecting artwork with the Latios, which I very much appreciate. So that's kind of cool. That's a nice kind of backup hit. We've then got my low ticket, about $130 card. And that is a very playable card as well. But we've also got almost connecting artwork with the Feebas, and I've had this argument with people since we first saw the cards. Yes, they are stylistically similar. Very similar. Yes, they are done by the same artist. No, they don't actually connect. Put the cards next to each other. They don't actually connect. They just are very similar stylistically. There we go. So we got, a decent trio of hits at the top end there. But then we've also got just some of the coolest cards you'll see. The Hydreigon by Akira Igawa is amazing. The Durant that you can literally line them up and have infinite Durant marching along is just absolutely stunning. We've got some decent supporter cards with Lizzie's Appeal and Jasmine's Gaze. If you look at the special illustration rares in this set, it is a very, very, very good set. Playability-wise, though, this set did actually end up disappointing a little bit. Because here's the thing, right? Pikachu is a good card. And I don't think we've seen the best of Pikachu yet. But it's not exactly set the world on fire. And Latias is great for giving free retreat to your basic Pokemon. But maybe let's not pretend that that is actually, the most exciting card ever. And, we did have Energy Search Pro, which made it Gold and Go, ridiculously good now, which I very much appreciate. There are a bunch of really good ace-specs in the set. And also, as a side note, this is the only set of the three that has ace-specs in. So that alone is going to give you a little bit of extra oomph there when you're opening the set. But playability-wise, this set did actually end up, I think it's fair to say, disappointing. Archaladon, great card. Has formed a really good deck, but that is the best performing of them. So we look at this set as a whole and we go, well, we got a good trio of cards on the top end. From a collectability standpoint, there are a bunch of redonkulous cards. And playability-wise, it disappointed a little bit, but then again, it is the only set we're talking about here with ace specs. Add that all up, see what you get. Because the most recent set we've had revealed is Journey Together. And Journey Together is another very, very nice set. I know it's becoming annoying to find cards a lot of the time now, and I'm with you on that. But I will, seriously, getting the last couple of Japanese sets has been a nightmare. I still haven't got Hot Air Arena. But I'm telling you right now, just the sets lately have been so good. And if we have a look at this, the top end is not quite so good. Lily's Clefairy is about a $200 card. It's a very cool card, but it's already dropped off to the point that it can't really stand up against the Pikachu. It is not there on the same level as the Pikachu. But I will say the drop-off's a bit lower. Salamet's weirdly hanging around as like a $115 card, don't know why. But then we've also got End Zoroark and Iono's Bellabolt. All of these cards are around about $100, and then we do see a pretty steep drop-off afterwards. So you don't quite hit the top end, but just below that is slightly better. Only slightly, but it is slightly better. And this is a set where really one of the big decisions when you're thinking about which set to go for, thinking about the trainers. Because this has regular trainers, like I've said, Iono's Bellabolt, Lily's Clefairy, and Zoroark. It's not Team Rocket, we'll get to that in a minute. But remember that Surging Sparks didn't have any, and that is one of the big things about this set. Take a look at some of the illustration rares, like End's Reshiram and Lily's Rabombi. These are stunning cards. Iono's Kilowattrel. And these are giving you things you're not getting in Surging Sparks. You just don't have that level. Also, I know it's not a trainer's one, but I've got to show you this Wailord. This Wailord is amazing. Oh, and there's a Swinub as well. Right, I'm going to stop telling you about the illustration rares. The point... Oh, Mamoswine! It's not an illustration rare, but it's a full art. The point is, this is a set which is really playing on do you love the trainers? And if you do, that's one of the big selling points. Because again, from a playability standpoint, this set also disappointed a bit. Now, Lily's Clefairy has come around as a full-on top-tier card. It's basically just a great counter for Dragapult, and Dragapult is just one of the two best decks in the format right now. It's also a decent counter against Raging Bolt, which happens to be the other big deck in the format right now. So, to put it bluntly, yeah, we're not getting a lot of new decks in these new sets at the moment, but Lily is coming around as a just top-tier counter. Just like a proper top-tier counter here, which is lovely. It makes Dragon Pokemon weak to Psychic and then has a decent attack, so you add all of that up together, and Lily's Clefairy becomes a very, very, very cool card. But then we look elsewhere in terms of playability, and we're looking at, again, just a bunch of it's alright. And Zoroark is fine, seeing a bit of play, but it's certainly not setting a competitive world on fire, not along those lines. We see a little bit of play from Mamoswine. Love me some Mamoswine. But again, it's not really doing a huge amount competitively. It's sitting there as kind of a fringe deck. And that's kind of what we see here, very similar from Surging Sparks. We're seeing some fringe decks jumping out, and that's lovely. But we're not really seeing lots of big new archetypes. The big decks are still from, year 2 of Scarlet and Violet, not from year 3. But we still have a bunch of ridiculously lovely cards. If you're into the trainers, this is clearly the best set for it. But there's an argument that Surging Sparks is better on the higher end. It's got ace specs. Archaladon is the best deck out of these two sets. There is a strong argument that Surging Sparks is the better set, unless, of course, you really want to focus in on the trainers. So what about Destined Rivals? Destined Rivals is coming. How's that going to fare? Well, we don't have perfect information about Destined Rivals right now. Destined Rivals is made from 2 Japanese sets. The mini set Hot Air Arena, which is out and we do know everything. And then the main set Glory of Team Rocket, which is not out and we don't know everything. We've not seen any special illustration rares as I record this video. But I'll tell you, from Hot Air Arena from a playability-wise is already giving us more than the last 2 sets. Because right now, Cynthia's Garchomp, viable deck. Ethan's Typhlosion, kind of a borderline viable deck. And I ain't going to sit here and claim like they're the best decks in the format. Although at times Garchomp has been a top 4 deck, let's be clear, Garchomp's very good. And that's better than anything we see from the other 2 sets. So just straight off the bat, playability-wise, we're not there yet. We don't know how good like the Team Rocket deck with things like Mewtwo are going to be, although there are very encouraging signs. But I'm just telling you right now, before we even get rolling, there are good decks coming. And that's before we even look at Glory of Team Rocket. Destined Rivals legitimately looks like the best of the 3 sets playability-wise, and we've not even seen all of the cards in it yet. It could still get better. Now, in terms of the secret rares, I can't give you prices. The set's not out. But I can tell you that in Hot Air Arena alone, we got Cynthia's Garchomp, which is a very big deal. We got Ethan's Ho-Oh, which is frankly a pretty big deal. And then we've even got some illustration rares. Ethan's Typhlosion, for instance. Great card that everybody loves. And then Misty Psyduck. For my money, quite possibly the best Pokemon card we've ever seen artistically. So I'm just saying, you add all of this up together, and just looking at Hot Air Arena, Destined Rivals might be the best. Looking at things like Cynthia's Garchomp, Misty Psyduck, the playability of it, legitimately this might be the best before we even get to the Team Rocket stuff. And we know the Team Rocket stuff is going to be good. Already, playability-wise, Mewtwo's looking kind of fun, but it's, it's a lot of the supporter cards like the reprint of Pokemon Collector, but only for Rocket Pokemon. The double energy, but only for Rocket Pokemon. Like, things like this are going to be potentially ridiculous. We've seen some lovely illustration rares, like the Meowth. It's going to be awesome. But we've not seen a lot of the secret rares. And you know Team Rocket's Mewtwo's getting one. You know that's happening. And you know that's going to be big. And here's the thing. Even without seeing all of Destined Rivals, I think I can already say this is the one we should be looking at. Which is wild to me. But we can look at Japan right now and say, look, even without the Rocket stuff, this set is seeing the most playability of the last 3 sets. We can look at Hot Air Arena and look at the amazing illustration and special illustration rares, which already are pretty impressive, and know that the Team Rocket ones are going to be sought after. And I don't want to be that guy that's just hyping up the upcoming set, but I think you can make a very strong argument for Surging Sparks over Journey Together, as I have done in this video. But I think Destined Rivals is going to be the winner out of these 3 sets. And if I was focusing on one of these 3 sets, looking to put my Pokemon resources into one of them, I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure the answer is Destined Rivals. So there we go. I've told you what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Tell me which one you would go for. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Danger Morales, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout-outs to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.